a gravely ill woman suddenly revealed a long-hidden secret. But after hearing their mother's words, her children thought she was speaking nonsense due to her illness, because the woman claimed she was once the heiress of a wealthy family. She used to live in 1,000 square meter mansions and always traveled in the most luxurious cars. However, decades ago, she was kidnapped by human traffickers and sold to her current family as a maid. Her greatest regret now was not being able to find her father. Then the woman took out a longevity lock, saying it was the only proof for reuniting with her father. However, her son and daughter-in-law dismissed her words, and the second daughter-in-law even snatched the lock, rushing to a jewelry store intending to sell it and split the money. Unexpectedly, the store manager immediately recognized that the item was the longevity lock the richest man had been desperately searching for. It turned out that for many years, the richest man had been looking for his biological daughter. Seeing the longevity lock, the store manager urgently called the richest man, but the second daughter-in-law, seeing his mysterious behavior, mistakenly thought he was calling the police and assumed the lock was stolen by the woman. Before the call ended, she panicked and ran away. Unbeknownst to her, the richest man was extremely anxious upon hearing the news. To quickly find his biological daughter, he immediately ordered a review of the surrounding surveillance footage, but little did he know, his daughter was on the brink of death, because the woman's medical report showed her lungs were failing. She urgently needed a lung transplant, but the surgery cost was conservatively estimated at $500,000. The sons and daughters-in-law claimed they were burdened with mortgage payments and decided to abandon the treatment. The daughter and son-in-law, however, firmly disagreed. Their mother had worked hard to raise them, even if it cost all their money. They were determined to gather the funds for surgery. Seeing her children arguing endlessly, the woman, unwilling to burden them, decided to give up on treatment. Upon hearing this, the sons and daughters-in-law immediately knelt by her bedside, crying bitterly, accusing the daughter and son-in-law of being unfilial, claiming they knew their mother was dying, yet didn't shed a single tear. As the argument escalated again in the hospital room, the woman, outraged, kicked the sons and daughters-in-law out of her room. While the sons were at their wits' end, the doctor issued a critical condition notice for the woman. If she didn't undergo surgery, she might have only 2 days left. Unexpectedly, this tragic news excited the eldest son. If the woman died, all her inheritance would belong to him. Moreover, after her burial, he could also claim $1.5 million in relocation compensation for her grave. So, to quickly secure the money, the second daughter-in-law came up with a win-win idea: to hold the funeral in advance at home and bury her after 2 days once she passed. As expected, everyone applauded this suggestion. Then they abandoned the mother in the hospital and returned home. Unbeknownst to them, the daughter and son-in-law sold their house that very day, gathering enough money for the surgery. Coincidentally, a matching lung donor became available at the hospital. That afternoon, the woman was wheeled into the operating room by doctors. Not long after, the richest man, who had learned of his daughter's whereabouts, also arrived at the hospital. However, when he excitedly pushed open the hospital room door, preparing to confirm her identity, he found the bed empty. It turned out, after the surgery, the woman had been taken home by her daughter and son-in-law. Unexpectedly, as they entered the village, they saw funeral wreaths placed at their doorstep. Puzzled,